Hey everybody, it's Mary Tyler. I wanted to add a learning to our process on voicemail. So I wanted to share this with you because it really resonated with me and I think it will with you as well. A gentleman by the name of Donato Diorio gets the credit for this, so thank you, Donato. He has a webinar that I'll put out on our project plan so that you can see more about or read more about what he does. But he had a little 1 hour webinar on voicemail. He broke it down into three types of voicemail, and he used the three little pigs analogy. I'm sure it's because he has his kids, but it really resonated. So here we go. The first voicemail that I wanted to share with you is called the straw voicemail. And if you remember the three little pigs analogy, the straw house was the first to go. So this voicemail, and I'll read it to you, has some problems. Hi, prospect name. This is SDR name from company, and I'm just calling to let you know about our new sales training product that may be of interest to you. If you can get back to me at 414-555-1212, I'd like to set an appointment with you to discuss this great new product in detail. Thank you, and I look forward to speaking with you. Now, this particular voicemail in Donato's scoring system, which is 100 points. So for us, I've got you guys all working on a 5-point system, so I'm not sure. We'll have to figure out how to score these things so that it's not 100. 100 seems daunting to me, but it scored a 10 out of 100. Why? Because of the areas in yellow. I'm just calling as a very wimpy phrase that I want you guys to think about removing from your dialogue, just like just checking in. No. It's just not a good way to start a conversation with a prospect or a potential buyer who you don't necessarily know yet. The working when you're recording come across as not professional. And then the rest of this is just there's no value. There's no value added. There's no social proof. What do you want from me? All I'm hearing is what you want. You have nothing in here that says why I should care and call you back. So this is the straw voicemail. The next voicemail is called the wood voicemail. So let me read this to you. Mr. Diorio, thanks for attending our webinar. We've increased sales at companies like Donnelly Technology by 25% using our new sales training program. This is Sarah Smith, and if you're interested to see if we can do the same for you, let's connect and I'll explain how we did it at Donnelly. I'm with the Trails Sales Training Center and can be contacted at 414-555-1212. Thank you. Now, this got a score of 50, and the way Donato explains it, 60 or higher is what we're striving for. The reason this one got dinged was the word thanks. Now, again, we're working on our buyer personas, so it may be okay for our buyer persona to say thanks, but for the most part, 90% of the people that he interviewed and surveyed prefer thank you over thanks, yes over yeah. A little bit more formal approach in B2B, probably upmarket companies. But again, you guys are going to be the ultimate call on that. But definitely this, if you are interested, don't say that. We have to come up with something better. So that got a score of 50. We need a 60. And now we're going to look at the brick version. Mr. Diorio, thank you for attending our webinar. Sales grew 25% at Donnelly Technology using our proven sales training program. In the next few minutes, I'll be reaching out to network with Greg Thaler and John Igersich. This is Sarah Smith, and I can do the same for your team. When we connect, I'll explain how we did it at Donnelly. I'm with Sales Training Center and can be contacted at 414-555-1212. Thank you. Now, why did this work? What's highlighted in yellow is this sphere of influence in our persona development. We actually call it the bullseye, which are direct and indirect influencers of our target person. And what Sarah's doing here is she's upping the odds that someone will get back to her because she's going to leave voicemails for Greg, for John, and for Mr. Diorio as well, all in the same day, what we call intraday calling. This has been proven, according to the research from Donato, as 9xing your results. So if we think about our email stream, we have 8 emails, and we're actually doing voice and phone work in between, in and around, ebbing and flowing through that 8 touch sequence for email. This is going to amp up our efforts. So, for those of us who have list issues where we don't have a lot of names, we need more quality coming out of our touches. So, crafting a voicemail like the brick version and actually doing that intraday calling will give you better results. And he's proven it over and over again. The webinar was done in 2014, and I spoke with him yesterday, and the data is still showing that this is a good way to get responses back to your voicemails so that you can, what do we want to do? We want to advance the opportunities from the cold to working to qualified so that we can get them to SQL status and pass them over to the outside team. So our homework is to review these voicemails, and then what we're going to do is into your phone record your voicemails that you currently are leaving. After you've now seen this video, you'll probably want to change them a bit, which is good, but do one per persona. So if we have 3 personas defined, for example, then I want you to record into your phone 3 different voicemails and then put them up on our project plan so we can look at them next week. Thanks so much for your time. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I will also put these voicemails in script format, attach it to our project plan so you can edit them and do what you need. Thanks again.